Carbs, talk about Leonard a little bit for those of us that are, I'm not locked in on college hockey. I didn't know this guy was such a stud. I know you drafted him a couple years ago.
Stud.
Like 8th, whatever. How unusual is it for a kid to just get eliminated from the tournament and go right in, be a top 6 guy for you? I mean, what an ad if he actually is the player that everybody thinks he is. He certainly looked like it in his debut last night. How rare? Could you put this in context for us? Like, how much you've been looking forward to this? How rare this is? Because to me, it just seems like, oh, my God, what an ad. Like, you're taking a kid right out of college. You have so much respect for him. You're starting him right away, top 6 guy. I mean, this is an unbelievable ad for your playoff push.
Yeah, and so I'll try to be as quick with this as possible because you're right. It's a unique situation. It's like, how does this happen in the sport? So Ryan Leonard, we picked, I believe, 8th overall, right?
Yeah, right. That's right. 2023.
Okay, so after we took him 8th overall, you have high hopes. That following year, he had an incredible year. So automatically he starts to get on the radar of like, wow, what a great selection by the Washington Capitals. This guy looks like he's going to be a star. This year, he even doubled down on that and was playing at an even higher level. So right away, you have people that evaluate prospects that are not in the NHL, whether it's in college, major, junior, in Europe, and they're going, this young man looks like he's going to be a star. So he's playing well outside him, and some people said he's the best player not playing in the NHL. So that would be college, major, junior in Canada, and then in Europe.
Wow.
So when his season ends and he decides to turn pro and sign, him coming into our team, it's amazing for the organization and for the future of the organization. Now, I will say this. He is still a very, very young man.
Right.
So to think the NHL it's not like the NBA where, you can step in and sort of be it's closer to that than baseball, but there still is some development needed in your first couple years to really get a grasp on the league and to feel comfortable, and you're playing against grown men. So he's going to play. You can see the potential already in one game. Mm-hmm. He's a hockey player. He competes. He's physical. He can shoot it. He's got all these tools. But we don't expect him to come in here and save the world and all of a sudden, have to carry us through.
No,
through
but it's a great ad. Have you had Carbs, have you had an opportunity to have your hands on him at all since you drafted him, or you had to wait until he signed? Like, have you been in a rink with him? Have you been able to work with him?
Yeah. So that's another unique thing about our sport is the major junior, and I won't get crazy into this, but major junior players are allowed to come to our training camp and allowed to play in exhibition games. So I'll give you a comparison, but college players are not allowed.
Okay.
So Ryan Leonard's been to our development camps. That's a summer camp that you have in July. Okay. There's no NHL players there. It's just all your young prospects, and you have 4 days of on ice, off ice stuff in the middle of the summer. The major junior guys, so for example, little Protoss's little brother, he was able to come to our actual training camp.
Okay.
He played in NHL exhibition games. He was there, learning our system, in our meetings, on the ice with Alex Ovechkin, for a week and a half. So it's just Lenny never has experienced that in the 2 years since being drafted. So it's a little bit unique for him, having not participated in any of those main camps, but he has been in, like I said, those 2 development camps.